Lindy, why were you able to do what you were able to do in the first period, and the second period became what it became?
I actually thought the start of the second period was pretty good. Thompson had the in alone to make the score 4-2. And then I thought they had a pretty good push there for 7 or 8 minutes where we didn't execute as well as we needed to execute. I thought some of our puck play we were missing passes, and we were going north in a hurry early in the game. And then the second period, we just slowed it down.
What does this team have to do to counter Montreal's speed, shiftiness, and playmaking in Game 6 to force a Game 7?
Well, I'll just say this. We've won 4 out of 5 games on the road in real tough buildings. We've played fast. We've played hard. Again, tonight, the start of the game was the start we wanted. They got a little bit of a break on the puck that went off the skate on the backside. You have to fight through breaks. I thought early in the second we could have probably pushed them back a little further, and we had a couple opportunities to make them pay, and we didn't. And when we made a couple of our mistakes, they made us pay.
Lindy, what is your level of concern at this point with Alex Tuch? No points in this series, and what does he have to do offensively to become a factor like we saw in the last series?
I think you get in a series like this and you're struggling a little bit. I think he's lost just a little bit of confidence, trying a little bit too hard to make that extra play. I think number one is the biggest thing is you got to move your feet. Always move your feet. Get your feet moving. Whether it's through the neutral zone, whether it's you're challenging at the blue line, and that line just hasn't been quite connected. And I think it all comes down to skating on pucks in the offensive zone. If you want to go to a couple games there in Boston in the first period, the Game 6, how well they moved inside the zone, feet have to get moving.
Have you decided to put McLeod and Helenius up there? You were trying different things with that top line. Have you considered kind of separating Thompson and Tuch just to try to get those two guys going? Well,
we did for a couple shifts. I don't know if you noticed. We had Clowder down with Tucky, and then I put Krebs, Greenway together, and when the game gets to where you need a couple goals, you got to put your best players together. They got to play. Hard to play 4 lines when you're down because you got to believe in your top guys, and they got to get it done for you.
Lindy, did you consider pulling Ukko-Pekka earlier? I mean, what did you think of him tonight? He made some big saves. But
yeah, if you look at there's nothing he could have done on the first goal. There's nothing he could have done on the second goal. I think the goal that went in from the real tough angle was, that's one he would want back. So if I would have made a decision then, would have made a difference possibly. But all year we haven't made it about our goaltender, and we're not going to make it about our goaltender now.
Lindy, as you said earlier, you're 4-1 on the road, so that speaks well for Game 6. But just how shocking is the home play? I don't think you ever would imagine losing 4 games at home in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think the playoffs are a different animal. I've mentioned friends, family, everything. Not saying that that's what it is. I don't know that for sure. But our road play has been better. And if our road play is what we need to carry us through this, and we go to Montreal and we win a game and we come back, and when we come back, we're going to pretend we're on the road.
Lindy, you talked after Game 4 of needing to be more disciplined, and you were tonight. Only gave them 2 power plays, but they scored on both, and the Suzuki one was a real timely one for them. Just the idea that even just giving them 2 power plays still comes back to haunt you tonight. Yeah.
We've said we had our power play and didn't take advantage of it. I said momentum swings where they got a power play, and they did. You look at the big mistake we made on the first goal. They took advantage of that mistake we made. Poor puck play leaving the zone. totally understand that. I've said this. Their unit they've got a good power play, and we know that discipline is a big deal.
Owen Power came back in, but how is he doing? Have you gotten any early?
I
read
haven't
on
haven't really got. I think it's encouraging that he came back and he played a couple shifts. So we'll see how he feels in the morning. Thank you.